Hey everyone. I'm not sure if you can hear the TV in the background. I'm pretty sure every time I do this it's kind of quiet. Doesn't matter. Anyway, obviously there's a lot of hysteria happening with this whole coronavirus situation, and I just want to take my mind off of it. My spring break technically ends today and online classes start Monday. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. I am still making that senior thesis film. We're still filming regardless. It's not that many people, so it will be fine. And we're all in state, whatever. So, but it's really frustrating being just an arts major, film major, and schools are online. It's like, I don't know how that's even gonna happen. It's really weird. But yeah, so yeah, not so happy lockdown, everyone. But obviously with that being said, I am home. And I don't know how long I will be home, hopefully a couple weeks, but I brought my tarot cards. I went back to my school to go grab them the other day because I didn't bring them originally. I don't want to make the intro too long, but obviously this is very current. Although whenever you, this obviously is current for like the month of March in 2020. However, whenever you watch this reading, my readings are timeless, you know, so this isn't like a specific like, oh, this is just for this month, whatever. So whenever you watch it, just understanding that just when I uploaded this reading, it is the day, or we're amidst this whole coronavirus hysteria, basically. But yeah, this too shall pass. But whenever you decide to watch this, these are going to be your messages, okay? But let's just get into it. As you saw from the title, it's going to be, does your person find you intimidating? Are they intimidated by you? Like, okay, this could explain if they, you know, if they don't really talk to you that much, if they haven't really made a move, blah, blah, or just, you know, whether it's a soulmate connection or a crush or just like a friend of yours that you kind of like or whatever, and you kind of want to know if they feel the same way, blah, blah, blah. Whoever it is you're thinking about, this energy will be channeled, okay? So we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. The chakra bracelet, the evil eye bracelet, and the purple bracelet. Okay, so without any further ado, let's just get started with pile number 1. Does your person find you intimidating? Okay, so let's just like, nice, I'll move these cards out of the way. My desk space here is a lot smaller, so it's kind of like tricky trying to move stuff around, but whatever. Sorry, give me a second. It's gonna be, I just kind of get back in the groove after not really using this for readings since like winter break, but whatever. So pile number 1, does your person find you intimidating? Why or why not? Okay, so we have the 4 of Wands, which is a nice card to get. We have the 2 of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands, Strength, okay, so some Leo energy. Okay, clarifier cards, we have the Ace of Wands clarifying the 4 of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles clarifying the 2 of Pentacles, the Hermit in the reverse clarifying the 8 of Wands, King of Cups clarifying the Strength card. Okay, we have choose a new direction with the angel answers, helpful people. Let's see, let's just move this over a little bit just so it doesn't look weird. Not that it even matters. We have playfulness in the reverse, and we have make the effort. Okay, so does this person find you intimidating? I mean, well, let's look at this. Give me a second, because the messages usually come to me the second I hit record. I don't really see how the cards come out, but let's look at it. So first of all, I feel like they could see like a really strong connection with you in general. Like they could see maybe themselves having a family life with you. Okay, the 4 of Wands talks about home life. It talks about marriage. It's also a classic twin flame card, okay? With this side, this is like, you know, sexual energy and loving energy. So I feel like there is a nice balance here, but I feel like definitely a lot of sexual energy though with the Ace of Wands. Okay, so I feel like they definitely find you attractive, you know? Yeah. Because like the Ace of Wands is kind of like a phallic whatever card. So if this is a male whatever, and then yeah, this could be like them, you know, standing up or whatever because of you. But it doesn't matter the gender. Don't get hung up on the gender ever. Okay, but in general, for now, like, before I unlock whether or not they find you intimidating, they definitely find you attractive. That's, you know, they find you attractive. They feel some type of connection. I feel like they feel some type of spark with you, okay? This lightning bolt and all that is another, like, whenever I see the lightning bolt for some reason for the wands, I just always think of ejaculation after that one sexual reading that I did. So I feel like it could have been a very quick attraction that they had for you when they first, you know, saw you, blah, blah. Like, it was just like something just kind of woke them up on the inside. And let's see what else. There's Virgo and Leo energy, okay? So that's actually pretty close together. So maybe like you could have met this person like, you know, August, September, or someone just born around that time. Also Leo would be like, what, the end of July? And yeah, it's like July through like September, I guess. Maybe you met this person, but don't get hung up on that. But yeah, these could be just be zodiac signs, just, yeah, Virgo and Leo. But I just want to like take a second just to kind of like observe. Okay. I feel like with this column right here with the Two of Pentacles clarified by the Nine of Pentacles, it could hint at a little bit of intimidation, because the Nine of Pentacles is like the single, independent, you know, self-sufficient type of person, where it's like you can do everything on your own, you know, like you don't really need anyone to support you. So maybe they feel like they're not good enough for you at times, you know, like, because I feel like they do think highly of you. Like if this is supposed to be you, like this person for the strength card, I feel like they just think that you're a very strong-willed, independent person, okay? I feel like especially if you're a female, but you don't have to be. But yeah, I feel like if you are a female or just a very feminine energy, let's just say, they just see you as very strong, just very like stronger than maybe stereotypically other people like you, I guess, would be, you know, like not like a damsel in distress, essentially. Okay, so like they could be intimidated by that, because, you know, if you see an attractive person and they're always single, you know, like sometimes like the most attractive people ever, people just assume that they're always getting asked out or something, but a lot of the time they're not. Like, you know, no one's asking them out, no one's talking to them because they're intimidated by them, because they just assume, oh, this person probably is already dating someone, or oh, they'll reject me, they'll say no, blah blah blah. So I feel like this could be like I feel like these cards could almost be like just the overall energy, okay? Like you can look at it one of two ways. These cards could just be like where they're coming from, or it could be the overall energy in general, okay? So honestly, I'm kind of being more drawn to like how I usually look at it with the overall energy. Sorry if this is like all over the place. Like I'm just a little discombobulated, haven't read it in a minute. But yeah, no, so yeah, this could be the overall energy, just like I feel like they do feel a strong connection towards you, okay? This could be a twin flame or a soul connection, like a very significant type of spiritual connection you have with this person, or maybe they've even expressed like they see you as like a future spouse or something, that like they see you as someone that they really want to start something with, okay? Like starting something new. This is like a family of foxes, so maybe they literally do think about having a family with you. Maybe they could just imagine that, like maybe like they think of you as like hubby or wifey material, and they're just like, yeah, I really want to be with that person, I really want to be with that person. So I feel like, yeah, in that case, this could be their energy where like they like, okay, I'm so sorry, I don't know why. You know what, okay, I think I know. I feel like they're probably very tongue-tied and they don't really know what to ever say to you. Like, they probably never talk to you, like, because they're intimidated, okay? Especially with that Hermit card, they could be very shy people, okay? I feel like that's also like just a total, like, you know, Virgo thing, where it's like, you know, if you have a crush on someone, I feel like when a Virgo likes somebody, you wouldn't even know if they liked you. Like, they ignore your ass. Like, they act like they're not interested. And not even like in a hard to get type of way. They just play it so cool, calm, and collected that you almost feel like they're icing you out. Okay, now that's not gonna apply to every Virgo, obviously, but given that Virgo is the Hermit card, they really know when to just literally retreat into their shell. They can be very recluse types, okay? So I could totally see if you're dealing with a Virgo, they could just be like, yeah, you know, I'm attracted to this person, but, you know, like, I don't want to admit it, I don't want to say anything, okay? And you could be a Leo, you could have Leo in your chart somewhere. I feel like these cards could, like, apply to you, and then, like, you know, all these pentacles, and then the Hermit, which is Virgo, applies to them. I feel like they could be an earth sign. And there is King of Cups, okay? So that they could have water somewhere in their chart. They could be like a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, Venus, or whatever, or Mercury, like anything with, like, you know, communication or confidence or whatever. Just take it how you will. Is obviously different for every person. But, you know, I feel like with this card, also I feel less tongue-tied right now, so that's probably in general maybe something that they struggle to kind of tell you, like, maybe because, like, if someone finds you intimidating, they're not gonna walk up to you and say, oh my god, you're so intimidating, like, you scare the shit out of me, I don't know how to talk to you. Like, they're not gonna say all that, but they could very well be intimidated by you, where they just really they don't know how to talk to you, they don't know how to approach you, they're just intimidated, okay? So I definitely feel like they are, because they just have, like, these really strong feelings, okay? Like, I feel like there's just a lot of attraction. I feel like they just think you're so attractive. It was probably, like, a very instant, like, it could almost be, like, a love at first sight type of thing, like, almost, like, a Majestic type of shit, where they're just, like, they saw you for the first time, and they just thought, like, wow, like, they're so attractive, I can't believe it, you know? And maybe, like, as time went on, maybe they kind of get to know you, maybe not even directly, but maybe they just kind of, like, keep an ear out, they listen, they know people that you know, blah blah, so they kind of know how you are personality wise. Maybe they kind of keep an eye on you, you know? Again, it depends on the people, but I feel like, yeah, they probably see you as, like, just this very independent, self-sufficient person, you know, beautiful, like, like, effortlessly, okay? And also with the whole thing about, like, watching, I just imagine, like, you know, like, this person just playing piano, and they could just be kind of, like, around the corner just watching you do it, and you wouldn't even know. Maybe, like, the second, you know, you finish playing the piano, you get up and walk up, and then, like, suddenly they're gone, okay? Fun fact that actually legit happened with me and my soulmate. I was playing piano. He and his friends were, like, walking by or something. They saw me playing piano, and then, like, it was, like, for piano lessons for class at my school, and then, like, I kind of just got up and left the room that I was in playing piano, whatever. And when I did that, you know, I was talking to someone in the hallway. I just kind of, like, turned my head, and then I saw that he was just, like, smiling at me through, like, the window, like, all the way down the hallway, and like, I pretended not to notice, but I'm like, wow, he, not only did he hear me play piano, he stayed back and watched me play piano, and then he, I guess, was so smitten by it that he was just, like, staring at me and smiling at me when he didn't think I noticed. And it was, like, it was one of those moments where if you don't feel that connection, and you don't think that they're adorable or cute, you'd probably be creeped out. So this person is probably the same for you guys, whoever's watching this. Guys, gals, whatever, I just say guys, you people that are watching this reading right now, it's probably the same type of energy where, like, your person, they probably have a lot of, like, low-key stalker moments, and that makes sense if they are intimidated by you, okay? It might not be, like, I don't think that they're afraid of you, I just think that they just, like, think of you as such an amazing, strong, you know, talented, self-sufficient, independent person that they don't really know how to approach you. They just kind of admire you from afar, okay? I just see a lot of admiration for you, okay? But it does come across in a way of, like, intimidation, because I feel like they kind of want to get right before they even approach you. Like, they want to, like, just be, I don't know, they want to, like, look good, they want to look successful, whatever. So going back to this card right here, this person looks kind of young, right? Like, they're just kind of balancing their pentacles, so maybe they could be getting money in order, but they're very new at it. Like, maybe they just recently got a job, or, like, you know, they just kind of walked into their career field or something, so this could be geared towards, like, a younger audience, whatever. I don't really see it as their, I don't want to apply it too much to my own situation, it depends on the person again, but, like, they easily could have, you know, started working or focusing on career stuff before you do, but I feel like for some reason, like, there's still something about this energy where, like, they want to look good for you. They want to impress you. Okay, so yeah, they could be a lot about their money and their finances, their career and stuff, just so that they can maybe come back to you later or something, and, you know, have something to kind of, like, either support you, you know, like maybe they want to be able to support you, or, you know, have enough money just to take you out a couple days, because, you know, relationships get kind of expensive if the person is treating. A little burp confirmation. But yeah, so I feel like maybe you probably like almost motivate them, like just look at like the infinity symbol here and here, like this could be you, that could be them. So it's almost like they look at how strong you are, how independent you are, and like they just admire it so much, and they want to get to a level where even though you're such an independent person, it's like they want you to need them, you know, like they want you to want them, they want you to need them. Oh my god, that song. Like, I want you to want me, I need you to need me, I love you to love me, I'm begging you to beg me. You know what song I'm talking about. That's such an old song, but I love that song. Oh my god. I think it's I Want You to Want Me by KSM. Watch that be the exact freaking title. I'll put the YouTube link or something to that song right next to the timestamp so you can like listen to it if you've never heard it before, but I'm pretty sure you've heard it. It's like, didn't I see you crying? Oh, didn't I see you crying? Like, it was, I'm so sorry. You know what? I'm not sorry. This is my reading. Just watch it. I'm not gonna say sorry for shit. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna say sorry for shit, comma, I'm sorry. You know what? Fuck it. Anyway, that song was for that show 10 Things I Hate About You, I think. Like, it was like a TV show on like ABC Family, now Freeform, a few years ago. It like lasted a couple seasons, but that was like the promo song for it, whatever. And it's been around for a while. But yeah, so I Want You to Want Me by KSM, I believe is the title. Obviously, I will put the link in the description. Pretty sure that's the name of the song. But plain and simple from the title, they want you to want them. They want to kind of get their money right. They want to come across as like, you know, I feel like they kind of want to get to your level. It's like I feel like you have a very quiet confidence. Like, you're not really boastful, which is, I feel like that's a very strong, like, that's like a strong like Leo energy, in all honesty, because it's like, look at this, the Leo, wow, the Strength card being clarified by the King of Cups. It's like you do have a lot of power, but you're very poised, and like, you know, you're like a real G, where you just completely move in silence. Like, I feel like that's their energy. This is your energy, and this might be like how they feel, whatever, just about the situation, or it could be mutual energy. You know, like, I feel like you both could be very shy and quiet around each other. Like, maybe you're waiting for them to say something, and they're just waiting until they develop more so they can actually do something and really impress you, you know? Because I do see with the Make the Effort card here, this could be like, you know, like, they're making the effort to look good for you later, or to, you know, to be able to support you later. Like, they want to have something to really offer, and not just show up and be like, hey, when I go out, whatever. I feel like they really want to be in this more stable place before approaching you. And I feel like the Make the Effort card could also it could also just simply talk about, like, in general, yeah, they just want to make the effort to approach you. Or maybe Spirit is just saying, for God's sake, both of you, will you make the effort already? Like, none of you guys are doing anything, you know? So however that's going to resonate, but I feel like regardless, there is some effort that needs to be made on either end, whatever. But yeah, so they see, like, yeah, you're very quietly confident, strong-willed, independent person. You hold yourself with a lot of poise and grace about it, okay? You might have moments where, like, say if you are feminine, like if you are a female, whatever, or if you are a divine feminine, you do have a lot of, like, boss, like, masculine type of energy. Like, again, very independent. Like, you can support yourself, basically not the stereotypical damsel in distress. Like, you basically, like, almost run your own kingdom in a way. Like, I'm thinking like Princess Diaries, where like Mia Thermopolis, like they were like, oh, you have to get married before you can become queen, and she's like, I don't need to get married, I can run the kingdom by myself. So she's the queen of Genovia. And she didn't get married because, like, she's like, I can do this on my own, you know? So I feel like you're that type of energy where, like, yeah, you've been single probably for a really long time, maybe you've never even been in a relationship, because this probably happens with a lot of other people, like, in general. they just see you as such an independent person, or maybe they assume you're already in a relationship but just quiet about it, or they think that if they ask you out, you'll just reject them and be like, no, I'm too good for a relationship, whatever. So I feel like no matter how you look at this, no matter how you spin it, it's just something about you that's just like, just very quietly confident. Like, you know, like, you're not over here boastful about it. You're not over here like, oh, I'm so great, I'm so confident. Like, you know who you are. You have like a sense of self. And people will notice that, especially this person. They notice that about you, okay? And I feel like it honestly turns them on. I feel like it really attracts them even more, because they're just like, damn, like Miss Independent, like, this person's a boss, bitch, you know? You could be a guy or a girl, doesn't matter, again, but I feel like there's some divine feminine energy happening, and they're probably like divine masculine energy. Doesn't matter what your gender is, though, but just energy-wise, that's just what it is. So yeah, where you might seem like, maybe at a glance, like dainty, vulnerable, whatever, you're a very strong, independent person, and it doesn't take that long for people to take notice of that. You know, like, maybe after like a first initial glance or first initial meeting, like, you know, you could have just a very classical kind of look, or just a very like, if you're a female, a very feminine look or whatever. Well, if you're a female or a male, you just could have like just very feminine, very delicate type of features, you know, or just like or maybe like you're very voluptuous or something. And like, it's just something about you where, like, when they first look at you, they might think that you're like a damsel in distress. They might think that they want to kind of like, you know, save you or protect you. But then maybe they heard you talking one day, or they see how hardworking you are. They see how like, you know, you can probably just sit by yourself, like, you know, at a restaurant, or like in a cafe or whatever, and like, you don't need other people's company. Like, you're chill, just on your own, like, you're listening to music, reading a book, whatever. Like, you don't need to be around other people. Like, you find solace in being by yourself, and, you know, just like in solitude. And it's just like, it just shows how insanely, you know, independent you are. And yeah, they definitely take note of that. But I feel like with them knowing how independent you are, they definitely want to prove that, like, they're worth you actually settling down, you know? Again, if you've been single for a while, whatever, and people never really asked you out, or you've seen offers and you weren't really that interested, whatever, however you look at it, however other people look at it, but basically you're single and you've never really gone out with people, and probably people are just like, damn, how? Like, you're so attractive, you're amazing. How do you not have a boyfriend or girlfriend? Like what? That doesn't make any sense, right? But yeah, so this person, they understand. They understand why. They understand because you come off intimidating to a lot of people. They're probably fully aware of that with other people in general. And they're straight up like, yeah, I want to be the one to get this person to finally settle down. I want to be the one to like get this person to just fall in love and actually want, you know, to get married and have a bunch of babies or whatever. Okay? Like, I feel like you might be the type of person where, like, I won't say you don't believe in marriage, but you probably have just been single for so long, you don't even think of yourself as being married. Like, you could joke and be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna be like an old cat lady for the rest of my life or whatever. And this person's like, nope, I'm going to put a ring on that finger. Like, I don't care what you think. I'm going to wife you up or hubby you up or whatever. But it's like, yep, I am going to marry your ass. I am going to be with you. You might not see it, you might not think it, but ooh, burp confirmation, don't think you'll be single for long, because, you know, I'm gonna come towards you. So it's really funny because it's like, it's like they have this really back and forth energy, because I'm like, how is it that, like, you notice the energy shifted at the very start of this reading. I was like stumbling over my words and going off topic and stuff, and now suddenly I'm like, this person's energy is really confident. They're just like, nope, I'm gonna be the one to get you to settle down. I'm gonna be the one to get you to fall in love. Trust me, you ain't seen nothing yet. Like, I'm coming in, I'm going to swoop in and make you fall in love with me, whether you believe it or not. And like, I just feel like, this probably was what was gonna happen with you guys in person. Like, you know, maybe at times that they are intimidated by you, but like, maybe they're constantly telling other people, like friends, whatever, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna ask them out, I'm gonna talk to them, and then like, but then they actually see you in person, and then they just kind of choke up, you know. So I feel like in general, when thinking about you, they're just like, oh yeah, no, this, like, they're so cocky about it. Like, in general, when they think about you, they're like, oh yeah, no, this is my person, they were literally made for me, I'm going to be with this person and this person only, blah blah blah. But then the second they see you, they're just like, hi, what's up? Like under their breath, like, hey, how's it going? What's up? Like they're immediately shy. So it's kind of, it's really, really cute though. Like it's really cute with this person, because like they basically, if things went like how they rehearsed it in their own head, they, like, you know, you guys would have been together a long time ago, but I feel like they just think, maybe they overthink it, or again, they just get so in their head, and then it's almost like I'm seeing with it, with this Eight of Wands and this lightning. It's like, yeah, like they want to rush in, but it's like the second they actually approach you in person, just something happens. They just choke up. Like, you know, that they get so nervous. It's like they shut down. They immediately go back into recluse. They immediately isolate themselves from you. Like they don't even know what to say. But in their mind, like in when they're dreaming, when they're daydreaming, they just sweep you off your feet. When they're daydreaming, they just walk up to you and dramatically just, like, you know, grab you by your face and just start kissing you, and you'll just kiss them back because they know that you want to kiss them, like in like a very movie like fashion. Okay, I feel like this person just has a lot of like fantasies and daydreams about just being like this very, you know, very macho, very masculine type of like Fabio type of person, where they're just like, yep, I'm going to come in and sweep you off your feet. But then seriously, the second they see you, they just get so shy, they get so nervous. Like, that is so sweet though, but it's so sad because it's like I feel like there's a lot that they want to tell you, there's a lot that they want to do, and there's so many like sweet, adorable, romantic, fiery, passionate, a lot of sexual fantasies that they get with you, but it's like they think about it, but then the second they see you, they're just like, nope, not ready. And I feel like they will come out of that soon. Okay, so like with this choose a new direction in the reverse, I feel like they're thinking of a new method of trying to approach you, because whatever method they kept trying to do is not working. Like, I feel like if they literally were just like, oh, the next time I see them, I'm gonna walk up to them and say hi, but then I can imagine they're like, oh, well, when I said next time I see them, I didn't think I was gonna see them for another couple months. I just randomly saw them like earlier today, but I wasn't ready, so I didn't say anything, you know. So I feel like they're probably just thinking like, oh, it's better if I approach them in person, but every time they do, they get nervous. So maybe they might be the person that they're gonna have to message you like over like text or social media or something, and be like, hey, like, I really like you, you know, like one of those things where, like, you know, maybe they type out the message and they just kind of squint and just press send and just throw their phone across the room and just wait for hours until you respond or something. Like, just a really shy, nervous thing. They might even go full on middle schooler with it and just have a friend do it for them, like take their phone and message you and be like, hey, I haven't seen you in a while, like, I really like you, whatever, or hey, I never told you this, but I think you're really cute, whatever, and if you want to go out with me, I would love that, blah blah. But that, like, they just get so nervous. But yeah, so like I feel like they're gonna have to kind of suck it up and just choose a whole new direction in approaching you. Or maybe, like, you know, maybe if they initially wanted to run up to you and tell you like their romantic feelings, like really romantic, like, okay, I'm in love with you, blah blah, they're probably just like, okay, I don't want to scare this person, so I think when I approach them, I'll just go about it in a more casual way, like as if they're just like insinuating more of a hookup or something than, like, you know, more of a hookup than a romantic thing. Okay, because also with the playfulness card in the reverse, I feel like, you know, like, oh, hey, want to play, like that type of thing, like literal, like playful, but in the adult way of playful, you know what I mean? Like, it's in the reverse. So I feel like they're going to come across as just playful. They're gonna come across like they just want to hook up. They're gonna come across like, you know, just like maybe like a fuck buddy type of thing or whatever. But then maybe as, like, you know, if you say yes, whatever, as it progresses, they're going to show their true emotions. Or it could even be like, you know, they don't have to outright say it. Like, maybe they're too afraid to say it, but maybe like say if they do, you know, proposition, whatever, like a hookup, and you're like, yeah, sure, whatever, because, you know, if you're attracted to them too, you're watching the video, you probably are attracted to them too, right? But say if they're like, I'm going to approach this person in a more casual, laid-back way, even though I'm in love with them, whatever, I'm going to approach them in a very casual, laid-back way and just act like I just want to hook up, whatever. And if they say yes, cool. So imagine, like, you know, say after you hook up and, like, they're like, they're initially acting like, oh yeah, that's cool, whatever, that's fine, like, oh cool, it's like, hey, what's up, baby, or whatever. and like having like a pseudo fuckboy, fuckgirl approach to it. I could imagine like maybe after, you know, after you both, you know, have sex, after you both get intimate, whatever, you know, even if while it was happening, it seems more like, you know, dirty and very, very sexual, whatever. I could imagine at the end, like, they just want to spoon, they just want to cuddle, you know, like, maybe, like, I can imagine, like, if you're thinking it's more of a hookup, you're probably about to, like, leave, and they're like, oh, no, like, you can stay if you want, and like, really, it's like, I want, like, they're not even saying you can stay if you want, they're really just saying, I want you to stay, you know, like, that type of thing. So, yeah, it might be, like, initial, like, I'm gonna pretend this is just a hookup type of thing, I'm gonna pretend that this is all I want, but in reality, once it's over, once that happens, once we do the do, I'm just gonna say, like, oh yeah, you can feel like, oh, it's so late, like, you don't have to go home, you can totally stay here, it's fine, you know, whatever. And then suddenly, like, they're basically just kind of admiring you as you sleep, like, you know, they're just watching you sleep, and like just like looking at you breathe slowly, and just seeing how like gentle and peaceful you are when you're sleeping, like that type of thing. Like I feel like there's a lot of like Notebook romantic energy with this person. They just don't want to admit it, because they that's like a really vulnerable thing. They're probably really afraid of being vulnerable, and they don't want to outright admit how much they have feelings for you. But it's like, again, like, they're trying to cover up that like deep romantic, like, I want to marry you type of energy with, oh, I just want to fuck you, you know? So, like, don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. I feel like, yeah, they're just going to come across like they want to hook up, but in reality, like, they really want something more. That's just probably how they're going to choose a new direction, you know what I mean? That's probably how they're going to choose a new direction in approaching you, because this whole, like, oh, I'm gonna run up to them and confess my feelings never works. Like, they're just so intimidated. Like, they I can imagine, like, they probably wrote out a whole message to you, but then they erased it, or like, that maybe, like, they wrote something out in their notes on their phone, and they're like, nah, I don't want to send that, that's stupid, or, you know, like, every once in a while they think about copying and pasting it and just sending it to you, but then, like, no, like, they'll totally reject me, like, I haven't talked to them forever, I can't, like, I'll scare them off if I do this, whatever. Like, they probably will be writing freaking poems and shit about you. I'm thinking the song Power Trip by J. Cole. So I got me up all night, all I'm singing is love songs. She got me up all night, constant drinking and love songs. And then, like, oh my god, okay. The pre-chorus is like, would you believe me if I said I'm in love? Baby, I want you to want me. So yeah, they really, really want you to want them. They feel like you're not gonna want them. It's like, they have never fucking spoken to you. They like, other than like a simple, superficial type of conversation, or like a simple hello or greeting, whatever, in passing. So they feel like if they just ran up to you and said, I'm in love with you, then you'll be like, huh? So they have to choose a new direction in approaching you, so that they don't scare you off, because they're like, oh, they're not gonna believe me if I just say I'm in love with them. But it's, you know, but yeah, they really want you to want them. So just like be gentle with them, because I feel like they really, really just have the sweetest intentions towards you, but they're so afraid. Like, yeah, they're definitely very intimidated by you. It's really sweet, but it's so sad. Well, you don't have to look at it as sad, but it's just really sweet. So yeah, just don't turn them down, or don't look at them being like, well, what's take you so long? Just be nice about it if you're waiting a long time for them to approach you, and just kind of go with the flow. You know, but yeah, they might be afraid that, like, if they just kind of proposition you in more of a hookup way, they might think that you might respond like, oh, well, what kind of girl or guy do you think I am? Like, you really think I would do that? Blah, blah. So yeah, I feel like they're really thinking very hard on what they should do. Okay, and helpful people in the reverse. I feel like there's a lot of people that are talking into this person's ear, just telling them the wrong thing. Like, they probably have, like, maybe they have friends that, like, that also find you attractive or something, and, you know, they're probably getting really presumptuous. That's all I can really say, you know? Probably getting real presumptuous. They probably think that because you're attractive, whether they're probably thinking that you get around, they're probably thinking like, you know they got a lot of bodies or whatever, or, oh no, please, everyone wants them. You can't just approach them like this. Like, oh my god, that's all, folks. But yeah, they're probably like saying like, oh, you can't just ask them out like that. You can't just approach them like that. Can you imagine how many people are sliding into their DMs on a daily basis? And you're probably over here like, bitch, what DMs? But like for them, they just assume, right? So they have their presumptuous ass friends basically telling them what to do, and it's just confusing them, and they're just like, I really have no fucking idea what to even do, because like, you know, the way how they initially thought about asking you out or whatever probably would have worked perfectly fine. I feel like they understand you way more than you think they do. They understand you way more than their friends do. But their friends are over here just basically making them overthink everything, and that's probably why they took such a long time and are taking such a long time to approach you, because other people are basically telling them like their way of asking you out is stupid. They're probably like, oh no, you can't, like, you look like a fucking pussy if you just like, burp confirmation, oh my god, they'd be like, you look like a pussy if you just walk up to them and be like, oh, I'm in love with you, like they're gonna laugh in your face, whatever. And like you're probably like, who doesn't want to hear that? You know, like who doesn't want to hear that you're in love with someone? That's amazing. Yeah, so yeah, they have a lot of not so helpful people, and I don't see it in a spiteful way. I just definitely see it as more presumptuous. Like again, friends, whatever. I think mainly friends, not like family. Mainly friends are probably just looking at you and just being very presumptuous, and they just think that because you're attractive, that you have a lot of people pining after you, and that this person needs to step their game up and not just ask you out like any other old way, whatever, and really getting in this person's head. Okay, they might be like, oh, don't fucking write this person a poem, that's stupid. Or, oh, don't do that fucking Hallmark movie type of shit, like, or 80s movie shit, that's stupid. They're not gonna go for that, that's stupid. You know, so like, they're just kind of like, they're basically just kind of turning down every idea that this person has, so they're just like, I really have no idea what to even tell you, what to even say. I don't know how to approach you, you know? And because you guys don't really talk that much to each other, they especially don't know how to approach you, because it's probably been a really long time between the last time you really communicated, so they deadass don't even know how to even approach you after such a long time. They don't know if they should be like, okay, yeah, long time no see, or they should just jump right into it, you know? So yeah, they're very intimidated, and these people just kind of telling them what they should and shouldn't do is definitely not helping, okay? So yeah, if they come across with more of like a seemingly sexual hookup casual type of offer, just kind of see how it goes. You know, not saying, I'm not trying to pimp y'all out or anything like that, you know, you don't have to actually do anything, but, you know, but, if they do that, don't get immediately offended. Just, like, you know, if you kind of know that this is just what they're doing, just to kind of break the ice or whatever, I would say maybe this is probably also telling you to choose a new direction and not be so, like, oh, prudish, like, oh, I would never do that, like, just hear it out, at least just to kind of get in the door and be like, okay, this person came in a more casual type of way about it, but sure, whatever, like, I'll go on a date with them and talk to them, and then maybe when you're actually on this date, when you're actually hanging out, then they'll probably really spill their feelings more, okay? So that's all I'm really seeing. So thank you, pile number 1. Hope that resonated with you. Okay, stay safe, wash your hands, stop touching your face, and I'll see ya next time. Hopefully, when we're no longer on this stupid fucking quarantine hysteria bullshit. I will see you next time. Alright. Hello, pile number 2. Okay, just checking the time. Alright, so does your person find you intimidating? Okay, are they intimidated by you, and why or why not? So we have the 3 of Pentacles, the 4 of Pentacles. My nose itches. Ugh. Maybe they think you smell good. The Page of Cups, the 6 of Cups. Okay, clarifier cards. The Knight of Cups in the reverse. Okay, Page of Swords in the reverse. 8 of Swords in the reverse. Queen of Cups. It's funny because first pile got King of Cups, so it's funny you have Queen of Cups. And lickety split, earth signs, water signs, air signs, okay? A lot of earth, water, and air. I see no fire, other than that literal fire in that picture, but otherwise no fire. Meditation brings answers in the reverse. Within the next few months in the reverse. Let's just move these over so no cards are awkwardly like that. Okay. Let your friends help you in the reverse, and engagement in the reverse. Really funny how this is coming up like that, because like that seems kind of similar to the last pile, but a little different. But let's just see how this looks. Does this person find you intimidating? Okay, so here's what I am going to do. This is how I read the last pile. This is more of like the overall energy, how they see you, how they see the situation, blah, blah. This will be like their energy. This will be your energy. And this would be more like, you know, mutual and a little bit more reiterating about just this connection in general, whatever. But this is the overall energy. Okay, so let's see the Three of Pentacles. That's like teamwork, working together. Knight of Cups in the reverse. It's like, it's like some unrealistic expectations, high imagination, but not really knowing what to do, okay? It could be like, well, maybe they actually have like a wingman or something, like kind of like, scoping you out in a way, you know, with this teamwork. Like, or maybe they're just getting advice or something. Because let your friends help you in the reverse. Like maybe they have friends that are giving them advice, or like, you know, you have mutual friends or something, and they're just like seeing what you're up to, making sure that you're still single, blah blah, just so this person can come in, you know. Let's see. Sorry, this pile is making me sleepy. I don't know why. You know what? I'm not sure if I said this out loud. I kind of thought this, but they could be almost like in dreamland about you, you know? Like, yeah, they might dream about you a lot. Okay, okay, that actually makes sense. When the meditation brings answers, it is in the reverse. I feel like they might meditate in a way that, like, not traditionally, they probably meditate when they sleep. Like, you know, when, like, right before you actually go to sleep, you know, you just lay down, you close your eyes, and you pretend to be asleep for, like, a few minutes until you actually fall asleep. You know, that in a way is a form of meditation, because that's what you do when you meditate. Like, you know, you can just lay down on the floor, you relax your muscles from your forehead all the way down to your toes, and then like you just lay there with your eyes closed, and you focus on your breathing, and you're just relaxed. And like sometimes when you're meditating, you straight up fall asleep. Like, so yeah, they probably meditate in that type of way, like almost like maybe like lucid dreaming in a way. Like they really do think about you a lot, probably as they're falling asleep. Maybe they purposely, intentionally think about you when they're sleeping, just so that they can dream about you. You know, again, trying to make a lucid dream, maybe trying to, like, you know, communicate telepathically or something, okay? With this Page of Cups, that's a communication card. That's like a mutual connection on the same page, okay? That's like a telepathy card. So there could be like a little bit of a spiritual connection. I kind of feel like maybe when they're sleeping, like that's when they can almost like astral project and communicate with you. That's when they don't feel stuck. Like I feel like they're free to roam and approach you in their dreams, you know what I mean? Like I feel like even if you're not getting these messages from them specifically, I feel like just when they dream about you in their dreams, they're talking to you, and you guys basically can talk about anything, and it's like a carefree and sweet type of relationship, okay? Even if that's not how it is in person, I feel like, yeah, even if that's not how it is in person, I feel like just when they dream, they're free to basically do anything. Like that they can kind of take over the world with you. But maybe in their waking life, they kind of feel like this stuck feeling with the Eight of Swords, and they really feel like they don't know how to talk to you. They maybe get choked up or something, similar to pile one. Just like yeah, maybe like a throat chakra gets kind of messed up, and like they really do think about you a lot, but they don't really know how to approach you, how to talk to you, and they just chicken out basically. Okay, and that does make some sense with like this Four of Pentacles clarified by the Page of Swords in reverse, because Page of Swords in reverse, that's like all talk, no action, okay? Okay, it's a lot of curious energy. Also, the Page of Swords is like the stalker card, so like they could be like on, you know, your social media, which is funny because this card, it literally is like this man is watching these two people, you know, like he just standing on the balcony just staring at them. So I feel like, and also it's funny because this Queen of Cups is like in water, so I feel like there are probably a lot of moments where they watch you and you probably have caught them watching you numerous times, okay? Like you've caught them staring at you from afar because they don't really know how to approach you, so they just stare at you. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. With this Three of Pentacles, I might have to look at a book for this, but like, because I feel like the book specifically wants to give me a message for that. So let me look at that. I don't know why I'm so sleepy all of a sudden with this pile. But like, I definitely feel like that's just driving home the fact that they dream about you a lot, because I'm like, why am I suddenly yawning? Like, I was not yawning in like the other pile. Like, I was working a long day, but I'm like, why am I randomly yawning? Like, I was like, I came back from work at like 2 o'clock. I worked from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's like around like 5 or 6 now. Why am I yawning now? Like, I was awake and doing fine for the past few hours. Anyway. So when you get this side in a reading, there are many roles in any large endeavor, and indeed in smaller ones too. No task is insignificant. Everything adds to the whole. Recognize the contributions of others around you and express your appreciation as often as possible. Receive appreciation in the spirit it is given, and be proud of your part in the enterprise. You are uniquely needed. Okay. And that's clarified by the Knight of Cups in the reverse. Give me a second. Honestly, I feel like this is kind of just saying the words baby steps, okay? So, yeah, like, they're taking baby steps, whether or not you're seeing this actively happening, because I wouldn't be surprised if you don't. I feel like they actually are taking closer and closer steps to approach you, whether you see it or not, okay? That could be something as simple as, like, you know, maybe like they know exactly what you're up to. Maybe they're asking friends about you, whatever. Like, let your friends help you. You could have mutual friends. Because whenever I see this card, I just always see it as like, yeah, you guys have mutual friends, and they're asking about you. They're seeing how you're doing, whatever. Maybe like you don't see it, but they're actually slowly approaching you. Like you know, you might hear from them sooner than you think. I'm not gonna give you a specific date. This is a timeless reading, but yeah, you might hear from them sooner than you think. Okay. Maybe there could be something this could have been something that's been going on for like 3 years, in all honesty. Because with these pentacles, 3 to 4 years, okay? Just something about that. But yeah, if this has been going on for 3 years, wow. I can imagine, like, maybe, yeah, this person has known you for a while, maybe. That's only gonna apply for a few of you. If this is someone you just met like a month ago, obviously it's not gonna be the same, but I'm talking about like more years, because that's what the Pentacles really talk about. But I feel like in general, this person, like, I feel like you might not see it, you might not realize it, but I feel like they are actually putting in a lot of effort. Even if it's not directly to you, it might be something that has to do with your connection. Like, maybe it could just be about like a spiritual connection in the journey. Like, if you guys are soulmates, twin flames, they could be doing all the healing work, even if you don't think they are, or you feel that they're not sometimes, and you're just like, oh, it's just me, and they're not doing anything. I feel like they probably are doing something, okay? You know, but they're doing it like little baby steps. Like, you know, like again, like they probably don't get to take the time out of their day to sit down and like light incense candles and like, you know, play meditation music or whatever, but before they fall asleep at night, they are meditating and they're thinking about you and they're manifesting you, and like, you know, I feel like they go about this connection and the healing properties and like, you know, the spiritual growth in a little bit of an unconventional, like a different way, but it works for them, you know, it works for them. So I feel like, yeah, I feel like, yeah, you're probably just seeing it as like this person, like, you're all talk, no action, they're not really saying anything, they're not doing anything, they're not talking to me, but like, I feel like looking at it more from their point of view, from their perspective, I feel like they've actually accomplished a lot, and like they focus on like, oh, it's the little things that build up to it, it's the little things, you know, like, I don't really know what that would entail, because it could just be very different for them, but I don't know, it could be something like, oh, I don't know, oh, I deleted this dating app because I don't want to be with anyone else but you, so I don't even bother going on dating apps anymore, like, blah, blah. Or, I don't know, like, oh, physically wise, like, I focused on my hygiene better, so that when I do approach you, like, you know, you find me irresistible, or whatever. Or, I don't know, I've learned to be a little more sensitive, you know, towards, like, you know, towards you, towards whatever. Or, yeah, I've acknowledged my mistakes, and I acknowledge my end on why we're not together right now, and I'm aware of it, you know, like, just maybe taking accountability. But whatever it is, there's just something about baby steps, okay? Okay, and you might know what I'm talking about depending on who you are. But yeah, maybe like, let's say maybe when they first met you, they had like total, you know, self-esteem issues or something, and they would overthink a lot and all that, and now they've learned to conquer that since they've met you. And again, like, there's a lot of spiritual growth that they've done, but more behind the scenes. Like, it's not as if they're like messaging you being like, oh my god, like, I astral projected this morning, like, you know. But like, I feel like they see a process within themselves, and I feel like this is definitely about like just the spiritual journey and spiritual teaching, because like in the Shadowscape Tarot, the Three of Pentacles, there's like a little chameleon there, and that talks about like, it talks about like, you know, you're being watched by, like, you know, it could be like a management position or someone of a higher power or whatever. And for the Shadowscape Tarot, it just looks like a spiritual guide is watching over and just making sure, like, you know, watching your every move. Okay, so they could be getting a lot of guidance from a spirit guide since meeting you, and they really have learned a lot, and they have grown a lot, whether you see it or not. And there's a lot of baby steps regarding this connection. Okay, so if you're ever questioning, like, oh, are they even doing anything? Yeah, they are. They are. It should maybe slower than you are. Like, you know, they're probably not watching a bunch of pick a card videos. They probably don't even know what that fucking is. But like, you know, they're probably not over here like, oh, let me buy a bunch of like Reiki healing candles or whatever. But I feel like whatever they have to do, it's working for them. You know, whatever it is they need to do to grow spiritually is working swimmingly for them. Okay. Oop, birth confirmation. Okay, so say you don't see it, but they're doing something. They're developing. They're getting more, like, they're ascending more. They're getting more inclined, basically. Now with the Four of Pentacles and the Page of Swords in the reverse, I see more stability. Okay, because I feel like with how this side is more like the outside looking in, like, oh, I wish I could get to those buildings, I wish I could get to those towers. I feel like on this side, it's like this person already has it, like they already have like practically everything they, you know, everything they could have wanted or whatever. Okay, well, let's see. Well, okay, well, quickly, jumping back to the question at hand, do they find you intimidating? Like, in all honesty, my gut is telling me no. I don't think they find you intimidating. I think they're just taking their sweet time to approach you. But I don't think they find you intimidating, you know? I feel like it could be an admiration from afar, which was similar to Pile 1, but Pile 1 was like a definite, like, yeah, they find you intimidating. I feel like for this, not really. I'm not seeing that. I feel like they just have different ways of communicating with you. Like, maybe it could literally be something like distance or whatever that's actually keeping you two apart, you know? Like, you've probably had a conversation with this person at one point or another, you know? Like, maybe they say they want to hang out, they want to talk, but then, like, it's easier said than done, and they don't really do anything, whatever. I feel like, I don't think of it more, like, it could be a form of intimidated, but, like, I don't really think of it as they're intimidated by you. I just think of it as they're observing you, you know? They're trying to figure out what makes you tick before they come in. I feel like they could be a very confident person. I don't really think that they're very much in their shell. I think that, like, it's almost like they mastered the whole like lucid dreaming, telepathic communication. Like they just somehow mastered it. Like, they could be really good manifestors too. They could have some psychic tendencies, like, as well. But I feel like yeah, I really don't see intimidated. I think that they're just kind of, they're like watching your every move, but just making it unknown, I guess. Like maybe it could be like through social media, like a fake account, or just asking friends how you're doing or whatever, just talking about you, and just kind of like taking into account whatever they're hearing and being like, okay, cool, so they're doing this, or, you know, and like it's like they learn more just by asking. It could be like a really simple question, like, oh, they were here today, blah blah, okay, interesting, or oh, they were with this person, all right, cool. Looks up that person, okay, cool, that person is in a relationship, so they're not dating this person, blah, blah, or whatever. Like I feel like they're kind of keeping tabs on you low key, and not in a creepy way, but I feel like they're trying to figure out, they're trying to make sure that, you know, that you're single. They're trying to make sure that you're single, like, you know, not taken. I feel like they're trying to maybe see more interests of yours, things that you guys could both talk about, things you have in common. I feel like they low-key want to, like, it's like there's no way of really knowing this unless you outright walk up to the person and ask them, but I feel like if they're having these lucid dreams about you, it's like they kind of want to see if there's any type of hint or clues about you ever talking about it, or being like, oh wow, you know. But I feel like it's almost like they fish for very specific information about you. Like I could imagine, like, you know, they have a dream about you or something, and it could be a very heated dream, or like a weird dream, but you guys are both in it, and maybe like they, you know, they look for your story or look for a post of yours just to be like, yo, I had the craziest dream last night, just so that they can be like, oh, that was probably the one I was in, you know. It's like, but it's like there's no real way to tell that though, you know. That's weird. It's like they're trying to figure out if you feel the same. They're trying to figure out if you are also experiencing these dreams with them. It's like they're trying to figure out, like, if you're on the same page, okay? And the page of Cups does talk about, like, yeah, the mutual energy, the same page, the synchronicities, okay? So I feel like it's like they're literally looking for hints to see if you're seeing what they're seeing, you know? Like they probably see a lot of synchronized numbers, and you probably do too, and they're just hoping that you do. They're assuming that you might, but they have no real proof. They're trying to observe as closely as possible, see if it's like a hint. It's almost like they're looking for the green light, like the Gatsby green light, to see if you make a post or something hinting at it, just, you know, hoping that they'll see it and be like, oh yeah, that was obviously directed towards me or whatever. Like, I feel like it's like so specific, like, you know, like it's like for some reason they don't want to ask you outright because it's such like a taboo concept of, oh, did you have a lucid dream about me? Like, did I show up in your dream? Because I feel like they don't want to come off as like creepy, but they are observing you really closely, or I guess from afar, but they're observing you, and I feel like they're just trying to figure out like what you're seeing. They're trying to figure out if you're feeling the same way, and then obviously checking to make sure you're single, blah blah, you know, stuff like that. Okay, yeah, definitely, like, whenever they connect with you, like lucid dreams, whatever, like they are free to do like anything. Like they're free and not afraid. I didn't say afraid, but I'm just making sure you didn't hear that, whatever. So they're free to do anything when they're in their dreams interacting with you. Like, you know, like they can kiss you, they can joke with you, they can play around with you in multiple ways than one, I guess. They can just enjoy your company, or just have like really deep conversations or something, and it's like they're just hoping, even though there's no real way to tell this, but they're hoping that you experience the same thing. They're hoping you experience the same dreams, even though there's no real way of them knowing that unless they specifically asked you and then you remembered and you said, oh yes or no, basically. But yeah, something about dreaming, they just astral project. Like, I feel like they've just mastered the art of lucid dreaming, and they can control their dreams and basically like make it like a happy ending, or make it how they want to see it, you know? And I feel like with that, maybe they how lucid their dreams are, and maybe they're actually like, you know, psychic premonitions, and they just don't realize. Like, they could be like clairvoyant, and they're actually having visions, but they think they're just dreaming up something on purpose, but it could actually be like a vision coming to them, and they're like, huh, well, let's seek that out. So maybe they have a lot of deja vu moments when it comes to you. Like, it could be literally anything. Like, they could just be like, oh, I was on my couch drinking this glass of water when you posted this thing on Instagram, but I had deja vu about that because I saw that, like, you know, a month ago, and now it's happening in real life. Oh, deja vu. You know, so yeah, I feel like they probably just get a lot of premonitions. Okay, this person really could be psychic, you know, or have some unknown, untapped psychic tendencies, definitely. Okay. Whew. Where'd that come from? But yeah, so, I feel like they think you're a very beautiful person. Okay, don't get hung up on gender. I feel like they find you very attractive. Maybe, I feel like, here's what I'm saying with the whole, like, you know, synchronicities and do you feel the same thing? Do you see the same thing? Because I feel like they probably feel that you're also a psychic. They probably feel you also have some type of psychic ability. So they're like, oh yeah, they have to have seen that dream. They have to have felt that because, like, they're totally psychic. I wonder if they have the same vivid dreams that I do. You know, I wonder if we're, like, lucid dreaming about each other at the exact same time, like that type of thing, okay? So yeah, it's like maybe while they were observing you, they come to realize that you actually have a lot of psychic abilities, or that like, you know, you definitely come across as, like, this very intuitive, compassionate, like, omnipresent, all-knowing type of thing. Not to basically compare you to a whole ass god, but, like, I just feel like they probably think very highly of you, and especially when it comes to, like, you know, the astral plane and divination or just psychic gifts. I feel like they're on to you. It's like they feel like you do have some type of gift, and they're just trying to see if you guys are on the same page with, like, visions, and see if you see the same thing that they do and feel the same thing that they feel. Okay, just very lucid dreaming type of shit. Okay, and, like, yeah, just watching you from afar. I feel like with the whole watching you from afar, that could also be, like, watching you from the astral plane. Like, it could be their higher self literally keeping an eye on you and just seeing what you're up to, okay? So yeah, with the question at hand, I don't think they find you intimidating. I feel like they think that you are both on the same exact level, okay? In multiple ways than one, even with the whole psychic thing, but that's mutual energy, okay? That's synchronicity. Okay, so yeah, I feel like they definitely feel you're on the same level, the same energy, and if anything, they're not intimidated by you. I feel like they're probably intimidated about bringing up this topic because it's a very taboo topic, and they don't want to freak you out or weird you out, and they don't want to be wrong, and it's like, oh, and you're like, huh, no, I'm not, like, you dream about this, so weird, like, I'm not dreaming about you, you know, but I don't think they're intimidated by you per se. I feel like they're more intimidated about talking about the topic of, you know, lucid dreaming and meditation and clairvoyance and you know, psychic abilities, intuitive abilities, whatever, clairvoyance, visions, whatever. I feel like they're more intimidated about talking about that because they don't want you to just know that like they're dreaming about you or that you're showing up in their dreams. They don't want to come up as like creepy or weird, you know, but like they are observing you and they're kind of just like, they're just trying to see, they're trying to gauge somehow, like full on investigative shit. They're just trying to somehow gauge if you're experiencing the same, like, you know, phenomenons as they are, basically. That's what I'm seeing. Okay? So yeah, intimidated to ask. Intimidated to ask, not necessarily intimidated to talk to you. So I, like, literally the whole communication with you both, it could be anything. Like, you guys could talk all the time, but they just don't talk about that, you know? Or you haven't spoken in forever, so they don't want to bring it up because they're just like, well, I haven't spoken to him in such a long time. I don't want to just bring up this random thing. Like, it definitely is not going to apply to them, whatever. Okay, but yeah, just like, again, they're intimidated by something, but it's not by you. It's just a topic. It's just a topic of the situation. They're intimidated to ask you how you're seeing it or how you're viewing it, or if you're having the same type of premonitions or visions or dreams or whatever as them. They don't want to ask you that. They don't know how to ask you that. They don't know how to bring that up with you. But I feel like in general, you know, they probably say hi when they see you, or they probably have like nice conversations with you, but they don't want to bring up this. They don't want to bring up anything like, oh, like, yeah, did you happen to have a dream about me last night? Were we in this place? We're doing that. We're doing this. Oh, I had a dream that like you and I kissed and it felt really real. Like, I just want to know if you felt that too. You know, like they don't want you to be like, what? Like, that's weird, or okay, I didn't know you liked me. Like, you know, they don't want to bring that up. But they definitely have those little visions, little dreams, and they're really just trying to, I feel like, don't be surprised if like you're just having if you talk to this person, having a casual conversation and they just randomly bring up the topic of dreams, like so coyly, just to see, you know, just for the off chance of you to be like, oh my god, speaking of dreams, I had the weirdest dream, you know, and like I feel like it's not gonna happen like that, but I feel like they want it to, you know. Now, yeah, so they could be like having mutual friends even ask that, or just kind of see what you're up to, see what you're doing, checking out like social media stories, whatever, just to kind of see if you mention anything about at least the interest of, you know, anything about the interest of psychics or divination or lucid dreaming or whatever. It's like something like that, you know. I feel like they try to see if you can like if you would talk about it, basically. And so within the next few months in the reverse, and an engagement in the reverse, well, these cards aren't connected to each other, so let's just read them separately. But like with the within the next few months in the reverse, that could simply mean like exactly within the next few months, like maybe after like around 5 months, by then something should have already happened, you know, a few months from whenever you watch this, because it is timeless. But like, yeah, maybe they feel like maybe like within this time span, no more, you know, like no more than a few months from now, they might, like, you know, they might approach you or have a reason to approach you, or maybe this whole dream thing has been happening for a few months already, you know, like maybe this happened like within a few months ago, you know what I mean? Like maybe like a few months ago, that's when they really started having, no matter how long they've known you, but they just started having these like really lucid dreams about you, and they're just wondering if you feel the same, if you see it too. Okay, and then engagement card in the reverse. So your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Honestly, I'm paying very close attention to just a statement of your love life is ascending, okay? Like I mean astral projection, lucid dreaming, like seriously. I feel like you guys are already together in like the astral plane, especially in the 5th dimension, if this is like a spiritual connection, which I feel like it is. I feel like you guys are already together in that dimensional realm, that 5th dimension, before you're together in real life, like in person, okay? And it's like, it's definitely like, you know, as more and more days go by, more dreams go by, more you guys are both thinking about each other, the more you're likely to dream about each other, the more you're likely to control your dreams, whatever. The more, I feel like if say you both are dreaming about each other at the exact same time, like you both happen to be asleep, you both happen to be in REM sleep or lucid sleep, whatever, and then maybe if it's timed right, you know, it could be by chance you both just have the same like sleeping schedule, but I could imagine like while you're both sleeping, like, and you both dream about each other, you actually are able to talk to each other telepathically, like you actually like almost project, like astral project, and you're just with each other in the same plane just talking. And then they're just like, wow, I wonder if that was real. I wonder if they really felt that, or if I was just hallucinating, if it was a dream, or if they actually started talking to me in my dream. Like, you know, I feel like they really think that. Okay, so yeah, your love life is ascending. Okay. Definitely like a really intense, like telepathic, astral. Oof. Sorry y'all, I got a stupid call from a telemarketer while I was in the middle of that statement, and it paused my video. So anyway, yeah, so I feel like they're probably wondering if you are also having these specific visions or dreams about them, like I keep saying, but they're probably, it feels so real, they're just wondering if you feel the same. So it's funny because that wasn't even the initial question, but of course the readings are going to come out how they come out. So yeah, I don't think they find you intimidating, but again, just the topic about this really psychic stuff, they don't really want to bring it up because they're afraid that you aren't seeing what they're seeing, basically, you know. So let me know in the comments if you do have dreams about them, or if you have a lot of like almost like a telepathic connection with them in the astral plane, if you have like lucid dreams where they just kind of show up a lot, like they kind of walk in on your dream. Like let me know if that resonated with you, okay? So yeah, thank you, pile number 2. Alright, so hello, pile number 3. Does this person find you intimidating? Why or why not? Wait, I make sure this was facing the right way. I think they pulled out like that. Shit, which way? God, okay, that annoys me. Whatever, that's how I first pulled it out, so I'll just keep it like that. Okay, whatever. So 5 of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, the Star card. Okay, clarifier cards. We have 2 of Pentacles in the reverse, Ace of Cups, Judgment in the reverse, 6 of Wands on its side. We have Forgiveness in the reverse, Take Action, Attraction in the reverse, and Soulmate in the reverse. Okay. Definitely then feels like this could be a soulmate connection. They could feel it too, but I feel like they are intimidated, but I feel like it's probably because you guys have a little bit of history with each other. I mean, obviously, if you're soulmates, you definitely had history with each other, but I mean, like, in this life right now, probably something that happened between you two where, like, they want to avoid an argument really badly. They feel that you're not going to forgive them when they take action. They're worried that you're just gonna be like, fuck you, you know, if maybe you haven't spoken in a long time, or maybe, wait, look, notice how these cards, like, the little doily right there, like, they line up perfectly, like, they're connected right there, so I feel like these 2 cards are connected to each other. But anyway, yeah, there could be something that happened between you two, like, maybe there was a rejection, or a third party, or whatever, or just arguments, blah, 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 in the past, and I feel like I feel like they are intimidated, but that's because there's already been some damage that's done, and they're afraid that you're not going to forgive them. They're afraid that you don't want anything to do with them anymore once they actually do come forward and take action, okay? So yeah, 5 of Wands just talks about, like, conflict avoidance. Like, these 2 knights, people, whatever, they're fighting, and there's a whole ass volcano erupting right behind them, but they're ignoring it. It's like they're ignoring, like, the bigger picture, like the more pressing issue, because they're just, like, you know, fighting each other, okay? So I feel like whether that's them or it's both of you, like, just ignoring the big picture, like the more important aspect of this connection, and focusing on, like, really silly little things that don't even really matter that much in turn, okay? Now with this 2 of Pentacles in the reverse, that talks about, like, financial disarray, just juggling, like, you know, priorities and everything. So let's see. It could be, like, let me see, just going back and forth between, like, what they should say, or maybe, like, I'm getting kind of, like, walking on eggshells, like, they don't really know what they should or shouldn't say to you when they eventually come back in contact with you, like, because they want to avoid an argument. They don't want to say the wrong thing, and you're just over here like, what, I didn't say that, you said that, or whatever. Like, they just don't want that to happen, so, like, they have to be really cautious when they approach you again, because it probably has been a while, and there probably was some rejection, or there was a third party or a karmic situation, there probably was arguments, maybe you have a history that maybe you dated this person or whatever and you broke up, or whatever, okay, whatever it is, or like a flirtationship that didn't really pan out, and it was kind of their fault, maybe they ghosted you, maybe whatever, okay? But yeah, so I feel like they are just trying to think of how they want to come back without, like, causing any type of conflict, okay? This talks about disorganization, so maybe, like, a lot of disorganized thoughts, like, again, like, they're having trouble focusing on the big picture, because they're probably getting so hung up over really tiny little things that could ultimately be insignificant. Like, you know, you could be, if you know exactly what this is with this person, you could be thinking, like, they think I'm still mad at them over that little thing. That was such a long time ago. Who cares? Like, you know, they're not talking to me because of this. Like, that small thing that happened years ago, you know, whatever. So it could be, you could be thinking, like, why are they so hung up over that? Like, who cares? Blah, blah, blah. But I feel like burp confirmation, they really can't take their mind off of that situation that happened in the past. They can't, you know, they can't take their mind off of this like elephant in the room. I feel like they think that they really should address it before moving forward with you. So I feel like their thoughts are very disorganized, and the way that they want to take action is very disorganized, because I feel like they're really trying to figure out a way to avoid this topic, but they're so pressed on this one thing. Like, say if like in the very beginning, before any type of separation or whatever, maybe you know each other, you talk for a really long time, you get along, blah blah, and like it's like so many things where they could pick up where they left off. But because they're so focused on this little thing that happened, like maybe like, you know, they haven't talked to you in a while, they ghosted you, maybe they're just a shitty texter, so they literally haven't spoken to you in forever, because maybe they're just like, oh, well, I was kind of just busy doing other stuff, so I never returned their message, but now it's been too long, it's been so late that if I respond now, they'll think I'm an asshole or whatever. So it's just like the silliest, dumbest little thing, but it's like it's their excuse for not talking to you, because they don't know how you're going to react. They don't know if you're just going to ignore them back or just be petty or something, like, and it's just making them really have disorganized thoughts, okay? So I feel like that's probably why they're coming in very slowly with that good old classic Knight of Pentacles. We love Knight of Pentacles, and I fucking love reading. They're so annoying. Oh my god, they really take forever. It's like, on one hand, it's nice that they take their time and that they think things through, like, strategically, but it's also really fucking annoying because, like, they deadass take forever. It's like, Jesus, okay? So this, you could be dealing with a Virgo, because I know that the Knight of Pentacles is the Virgo card, but it could be any earth sign. But you have like pretty much every sign here, okay? Pentacles, air, yeah, earth, air, fire, water, okay? You have 2 Pentacles and 2 Wands. Okay, but everything else is kind of like dismal. But, you know, so I feel like they have this is like their energy. I feel like they have a lot of feelings for you, but like I feel like they're so hesitant on how to approach you with this Knight of Pentacles. Like it's like they're stalling, you know, they're literally stalling. They don't know how to approach you. They don't know how to talk to you, okay? I feel like in general, like, yeah, a lot of self-doubt here with the Judgment card in the reverse. Like, they don't know how to approach you now, and I feel like it probably keeps them up at night. Like, they're constantly thinking about it, and I feel like they're just looking for a sign, hoping for a sign, because like I said earlier, how these cards kind of look like they're connected, okay? So the 9 of Swords connected to the Star card. It's like a lot of anxiety and almost like hopelessness and self-doubt, but then at the same time, it's like, they kind of get this glimpse of hope, okay? They probably get, you know, spiritual downloads from their guides, you know, it could even be like one of your spirit guides, or you know, your higher self talking to them, communicating with them, but like they're not paying attention to them, you know? Like, even looking at these swords, like, these swords are literally glowing, like, they're literally glowing. Oh my god, and look at that. It didn't get on this side, but on that side of the 9 of Swords, it's like a person watching them. But yeah, so it's really funny how it connects like that. So, yeah, it's like, yeah. Also, the Star card is Aquarius energy as well. But the Judgment card in the reverse, like, yeah, like, these have a lot of self-doubt, and I feel like they constantly, like, it's like the type of energy similar to Pile 1, just this one part, though. But for Pile 1, it was like this energy of, like, in theory, y'all would have been together a long time ago if they didn't overthink, like, literally everything. If they didn't overthink every little thing, y'all probably would have gotten together a while ago, but because they keep overthinking and overanalyzing everything, like, they're just kind of digging themselves into a hole, and they really just don't even know what to do or how to approach you or whatever, and it's just this whole thing, and yeah, they don't know what to say, they don't know what to do. Okay, I feel like they do get a little chunk of hope every once in a while because of this Star card. But look at this though. It's like the 6 of Wands. It's like a very confident card, but it's on its side. So it's like, yeah, they literally go back and forth between being very confident and excited to talk to you, and then like they they have this like fall from grace where they're just like, I don't even know, I don't think it's worth it, I don't think they're gonna forgive me, I don't think they're gonna accept my offer, oh, I'm not good enough, whatever. And it's just this back and forth energy, just feeling like they're not good enough. They feel like, or yeah, they just feel like you're just gonna say no to them. They feel like you're gonna reject them. Okay, I do want to look at this star card very quickly in the book and just see what that has to say, because it's glaring me in the face. Okay, so when you get this side in the reading, a breakthrough is coming, more powerful than you imagined or dared to hope. Everything is falling into place. Harmony is being restored. Your task now is to receive the flowing blessings with a thankful heart. When you heed the calling of your highest self, you can expect miracles. Okay, that's nice. So, yeah, I feel like if there's been a lot of stagnant energy, I feel like very soon something great is going to happen from this, okay? Also, keep in mind, like, this is their energy, that's like how they're feeling, whatever, and then this is kind of your energy, okay? So I feel like they probably feel your energy. They probably feel that you are coming back into their life, and they're coming back into yours sooner than later, and that like I feel like this has a lot to do with divine timing. So whatever happened in the past had to happen because of whatever, and I feel like it's gonna take a minute, but I feel like you're gonna come back into each other's lives, and it's gonna be like a really nice union, a nice connection. But at the same time, there's just this back and forth of like doubting it, you know, like it's like deep down you know that this connection is gonna pan out, you know that in the end it's gonna be great, but like instead of looking at the big picture, they're just focusing on the little tiny obstacles in the way, and they really need to just focus on the positive sides of it, okay? So definitely a lot of unexplored attraction here, okay? It could be a lot of attraction going on, but nothing has ever really been said or done, okay? I feel like this could be a lot like, you know, sexual tension, okay? And then the soulmate card in the reverse, yes, this is your soulmate. I feel like they see you as their soulmate, they feel it. But again, there's just a lot of like doubt. Like they feel that it's in their head. They think that you're not gonna feel the same way, okay? This could be the mutual energy between both of you guys, where like, you know, you feel that you're a soulmate, but then next minute you're like, oh no, because, you know, on your end you're like, oh no, because they ghosted me that one time, or oh, they don't want to talk to me, blah blah. And on their end they're probably just like, oh, even if they were my soulmate, they're probably not gonna forgive me now. They're not gonna want anything to do with me now. So it's just this back and forth feeling of like, oh, I don't know what to do, and I feel like also there's probably like this feeling that the other isn't attracted, you know, like as if it's like unrequited love or unrequited attraction. Basically, there's just that feeling like you guys probably both think that about each other. Burp confirmation. So it's kind of like a he said she said, or he said she said whatever. But yeah, it's just that like yeah, that type of like back and forth, he said, she said type of energy, type of dynamic, where it's just like you're both digging yourselves into a hole with this connection, and if you both just took a fucking breath, it would be so much easier. And yeah, they just feel like, given all the time that went by, given everything that happened, they feel like you're not going to forgive them, whatever. But I feel like they're gonna get out of this doubtful self-doubt energy soon, and they will actually finally take action. Or even to a point where even if they feel that you're not going to forgive them, they're still going to be like, you know what, fuck it, I love this person, or I really like this person, I'm going to take a chance, I'm going to take a leap of faith and approach them and say something anyway, and if they say no, whatever, at least I can say I tried, you know? Also, when I was shuffling this deck, at one point too many cards came out, but I put them back, but I did briefly see that the lover, no, not the lovers, the Two of Cups from the Vice Versa Tarot, okay? So that equivalent to the lovers is the minor arcana version of the lovers, so I feel like, yeah, definitely, but I mean, you have the soulmate card, you have the Ace of Cups, so even though that card didn't want to stay in the reading, it was basically translated with the other cards, so I feel like they definitely do see you as like their counterpart, their future spouse, their soulmate, whatever, but they know that there is some stagnation happening, and they know that as of right now nothing's going on. They know that as of right now you're not together, but you're going to be eventually, you know, like they feel that. And there's just a lot of anxiety and thinking a little too much about whether or not you'll accept their offer, about whether or not you even want them back, okay? Like there's a lot of anxiety about the matter. Okay, I feel like this reading was a lot shorter, but that's all I'm really seeing for you, pile number 3. So, yeah, I mean, like, before you exit off, though. Because I already answered the question of, like, yeah, do they find you intimidating, blah, blah. Yes, but no. Again, like, I feel like they know that you're a soulmate. They know that they feel these strong feelings for you, but it's been a while, and they just want to, like, they're afraid of how you'll react. They're afraid of any arguments starting. They're afraid of, like, you know, they want to pick up where they left off, and they're kind of afraid that an argument will ensue from it, and they're afraid that, like, maybe because they waited too long you don't feel the same way, or, you know. I feel like this person's more intimidated by like, the spirit guides, almost. It's like they're intimidated by divine intervention, and they're just like, oh my god, I feel like, you know, like, they giveth and taketh away, like, you know, like they presented me this amazing soulmate, but I feel like because I waited too long, they're just gonna be like, never mind, time's up. So it's like they're intimidated by the idea of divine timing, and sometimes they feel that they can't just trust spirit guides, they can't just trust divine timing. They feel like they want to see something physically happen, or else they're like, this is never gonna happen, okay? So yes, not necessarily intimidated by you, but intimidated by the whole idea of it being a spiritual connection and divine timing, just being like, oh, everything's gonna fall into place. And they're kind of just over here like, how do I know it's gonna fall into place? How do I know that's actually gonna happen? Like, what if I just let this person, you know, pass me by, and they're the one that got away because I'm over here waiting for spirit guides to bring us back together, you know? So yeah, I feel like they don't fully trust the process of a divine connection. That's what they're intimidated by, okay? So yes, thank you, pile number 3. I hope that it resonated, and I'll see you next time.